Thank you all for joining me today. Unfortunately, I have some bad news. In June 2013, the American Medical Association declared that every 1 out of 3 Americans, men, women alike, have a disease. We all know it, but we probably didn't think of it as a disease, and the topic that I'm talking about today is obesity. It's a struggle in America, and they have labeled it a disease for a couple of reasons, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about it. I would like to tell you that in my speech today, I'm going to be going over 3 main things. Mostly, what is obesity? How do we define it? And what are the dangers that come with it? Also, what is the underlying reason that they decided to label it a disease? And lastly, and luckily for everybody watching and you guys in the audience, I have the cure. I invented it myself, patented it, out the door. I'm probably going to win the Nobel Peace Prize. So that is what we're going to be talking about today. Now, for starters, let's define obesity. There's only one way that accurately defines it, and that's by BMI, Body Mass Index. Now, how you calculate this, according to the Harvard School of Public Health, is it is the ratio of kilograms divided by meters squared. So anybody can calculate this if you get a conversion table and figure out pounds to kilograms and feet and inches to meters. And for instance, this is my personal BMI, 24.5. Now the range for a healthy person is up here, 18.5 to 24.9. Luckily, I fell in that category, wasn't by design. But the topic that we're talking about today, obesity, is 30 to 34.9, and morbidly obese, which is 35. Now, everybody can probably pick out an obese person, but the problem is that it's not so easy because a lot of built people or physically fit individuals will fall into the overweight or obese range just based on their weight with this measurement. And that's why a lot of people, they think this is a flawed system. The AMA's own council for the Council of Science and Public Health lobbied against this decision and stated obesity should not be considered a disease mainly because the measure to define obesity is simplistic and flawed. But nonetheless, it is a problem. It can cause high blood pressure, heart disease, stroke, joint problems, high cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, sleep apnea, and gallstones. They're all byproducts of obesity. But even with these severe risks, actually pinpointing and defining it is tough. So why define it at all? Why say obesity is a disease? And the answer really isn't that shocking. Revenue. Last year alone, $190 billion was spent in regards to obesity treatment or products designed to control weight problems, and another $450 billion indirectly with the diseases that I had mentioned. Pharmaceutical companies benefit from this immensely. They're going to be profiting so much money that it's not even funny. 1 week after this announcement was made, the pharmaceutical companies put out 2 new drugs just in reaction to the announcement. But also, it's hard on us because the insurance companies are going to get hit hard because all of the premiums that we pay are going to be going up for simple things like bariatric surgeries, which traditionally will cover the morbidly obese category, but now they're going to lower it so it covers obese people. Michael Tanner of the National Review had said, since a typical bariatric surgery, which is a stomach stapling for those of you who don't know, costs as much as $40,000, that could be interpreted as a warning for all of us to bust out our wallets, and in the end, we'll be paying more for it. Diet supplements, like I said, will be added to coverages, and I personally don't want my premiums going up, and I'm sure neither of you guys do. So, instead, like I said, I have the cure, and I think everybody should probably be interested so these added expenses don't exist. And like I said, I invented it myself. It's on the next level of ideas, and it's diet and exercise. Diet and exercise is the #1 recommended treatment by all doctors, all of them. Brett Byers-Lane of Guardian Voice had said, although the American Medical Association is classifying it as a disease, not all doctors agree with this assessment. Some have compared it to a self-inflicted medical condition, suggesting that obese may be a difficult decision for some, but it is still their decision. Then he goes on to say, if individuals eat right and pursue active lifestyles, there's no evidence that suggests that they will become obese at all. Then another member of the New York Times said, calling obesity a disease may make people feel better about their bodies, but it may also contribute to the maintenance rather than reduction of this so-called disease. So, now we've gone over what obesity is and how it's defined, why it was actually considered a disease, and the cure. And traditional diet and exercise is the key. At the end of the day, common sense. Take too much in, don't burn enough, you're going to put on weight. It's standard and everybody can relate to that. I was shocked myself when I found out about disease. Now, I'm not just harping on obese people. I'm not just harping on people that have weight problems. I myself fell into the morbidly obese category in high school, and now I am in the healthy range. I did it with hard work, exercise, diet, and here I am today. In the hands of our ever so trusting government, we pay our tax dollars. Let's have it go towards something worthwhile and not towards something that we can control ourselves. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope everybody had a good time. Thank you.
Thanks.